Ken McCarthy back with you again. Today we're going to talk about experts to help with your inspection. The reason you're going to need some experts to help you is that your commercial property may have some communication systems, or it could have some fire alarm systems. It could have some very intense, big, huge switchgear motor controls, things like that that we've talked about before, that you're going to have an expert come in and give you a report to the condition of these systems that you may not be fully qualified or know about testing and looking at them. Of course, always you can take pictures and any damage that you see, but these experts are going to come in and they're going to help you look at and do a report for you on the condition of what you've come across in your commercial property. These commercial inspectors, inspection companies will be licensed, bonded, and insured. If there's any problems or issues you have at the property, they will have the expertise and the knowledge to overcome such problems. For an example, let's say that the commercial property that you are inspecting has been vacant for several months or perhaps years. There's a lot of water in the building from a broken light or pipe in the ceiling or something. You cannot do the inspection because there's no lighting, because the transformer is sitting in water. The commercial electrical company will be able to come in, they'll be able to pump out the water, they'll be able to dry the transformer safely, and in doing so, re-energize the power system so you have lighting, and they'll be able to do that efficiently and safely. Another thing you want to think about is the system you have. When you call on an expert or a third-party inspector or a commercial inspecting company or a commercial electric company, you'll need to know what type of system there is. Is it three-phase, single-phase? Is it got a 400 amp main breaker, 600 amp main breaker? Try to find out these things, try to find these things out before you call the company. If you need to get to the property to find out what kind of system it is, that's fine too. Take a list of some companies with you. And the best way to, the best way to find companies is look for your contractors in the phone book. Pick up your phone book and start looking for commercial electrical contractors if that's what you need. These companies are listed under commercial electrical. They will also be able to identify problems that are not visible to the naked eye. You may be able to do your report and do your visual inspection on conduits, receptacles, devices, equipment, but there may be some faulty wiring inside a pipe that you're not able to see. These companies will be able to determine the problem and what's necessary to fix the problem. Excuse me. The commercial company will also be able to know the system. So they'll know the components, they'll know the equipment, they'll know the panels because they also install them. That's why it's very important that you see if you can find out what systems in the property you're going to inspect, either by the blueprints, some specifications documents that you get from the management company, owner, seller, whatever the case may be. The more information you can obtain, the better off you are in finding an expert to help you with your inspection. You may need it more updated than the 1909 phone book. This is also another way you can go online and look for experts. There's several different advertising agencies out there that you can go through the internet or punch in commercial electrical inspections and companies will come up. You're going to need them because, as we have said in part 3, you are now the facilitator in these larger commercial applications, and you will need a third party or an expert to come in to help you. That way they will take the responsibility that what they're inspecting, their report is definitely what is there, what is in the property, what needs to be done, what is there that needs looking at or whatever it might be. You'll also notice that contractors' licenses, depends on what state, Different states have different requirements. This happens to be from Wisconsin. Basically, they've got their website, the building division website down here listed on the bottom. So you can go and find contractors that are registered with the state. That's another option you have for finding experts. Go to the state and they'll have a list of who is registered with them as far as contractors in the area that you need. Also, contractors are found by word of mouth. Somebody has been around them or used another contractor. Test it out and see if that person works for you. Once you're familiar with somebody and you use them a couple different times, you tend to build up a rapport with them. You know they know what they're looking at, and you can go from there and use them every time. So basically the part of choosing a third-party inspector, there's different methods. There's many different ways to do that. State websites, internet, phone books. How you do it is up to you. That's the bottom line. That should bring us to the end of part 4 of our commercial electric series. Thank you.